So real quick before we get into the actual video, when I finally hit 90 subscribers, I'm going to release a video just titled my way of saying thanks, because I have spent the last literally few months gathering comments from every single stop motion that I've ever done. And the reason I haven't done every single video is because there are way too many videos to go through, and I just don't have that kind of time to get every single comment from every single video, because it would just literally make me go insane. So I'm sticking with just the stop motion stuff. I realize a lot of this channel is stop motion stuff, but you guys will understand once that video comes out. So basically what I've done is I'm taking all the comments, all of the comments that I can out of stop motion videos and putting them in a clip, running clip or whatever. And that's just my way of saying thank you. Thank you guys for staying by my side all this time. Those of you who stuck around even when my videos were complete garbage. Deadpool's Red Brick, Battle Nexus, and anything else I've done after Target Deadpool, with the exception of the Evasion series, which is terrible, but it's not done yet. It's just my way of showing the love that you guys showed me. With everything that's gone on with the last few years, I realized that everything has kind of gone from top of the hill to bottom of the barrel. So now real quick before we do get started again, with that video in mind, do not be surprised if you guys see reoccurring YouTube accounts in that video. I'm not picking favoritism. I'm not saying, oh, I like this person better than this person. That is not the case. If they happen to comment on the video, that comment gets put into that video. It's not playing favorites. It's not playing, hey, I like this guy, or hey, I like this person better. It's just simply how it is. So I may end up trying to figure out a way to loop around that, but do not be surprised if you guys see an entire section that's dedicated to one subscriber. It's not intentional, but if it happens to be put in that order, that's why. So again, it's not picking favoritism. I love all of my subscribers equally, male or female equally, even though I'm pretty sure there aren't any female subscribers on this channel. But hey, if there are, I welcome everybody. So, the title of the video is called Gravity Man Update. So, a couple things I've changed. One, the actual story has changed just a little bit. To benefit a plot point, basically. I can't say what that plot point is because then it will spoil part of the film. Second, I realized I just did this not too long ago, but some of the Gravity Man characters have been redesigned yet again, specifically again for plot reasons. And because the old designs the new designs will just look better. Gravity Man has gotten a redesign. Don't freak out. Trust me, it'll be for the better. I do like the Jango Fett design that I have now. I do. But for a final battle segment, I need something different. So I had to stick with something a little bit more streamlined, kind of like the other characters, because now that I think about it, every single Gravity Man character I've done today, up to date, has been a template or recoloring of a Moon Knight design. And the only reason for that is because that's such an easy design to modify, even though it still takes hours on end. I literally started designing the characters at 3 o'clock this afternoon. I didn't finally finish them until 5 minutes ago, before I started shooting this video. That's how long it takes. And I only did like 4 or 5 characters, because I did Gravity Man, I did Ice Master, who was the new character. One of you guys did say that you wanted that character's name to be Blizzard, I really did try to come up with a cool way to make it his name Blizzard, but with the personality traits and the powers that he uses, Ice Master just fit it better. So at some point to make it up, I will make another character, not for Gravity Man, but for another thing, and his name will be Blizzard, just so I can pay homage to the person who made that character's name Blizzard. I can't remember who exactly said it was Blizzard. If I did, their name would appear on the screen somewhere. But just know that Ice Master has the same design as everybody else, just different color scheme, and just overall just more generic looking thing. So he still has he's got a blue suit. He's got a whole bunch of shit on him to remind you guys that he has ice abilities. Not a whole bunch of stuff, but you guys get the point. Death has gotten a new redesign. Now, that does come with an explanation. The Death design that I have now, the gray modified Dark Knight armor thing, that is actually armor in the movie. So underneath that is the new design. So for a lot of the movie, he's still going to have that gray armor design, but at some point he will have just as basic no armor design underneath that, which I promise you the new armor, the no armor design is much cooler than the one with armor, but bear with me. I will do an entire video on this tomorrow. I cannot print, I printed the ones that I did today off, but I couldn't make them into characters because my printer ran out of ink and a lot of the designs are faded. So I'm going to have to reprint them tomorrow and do that. Also, Death is going to have a mask. He's not going to have just a goggled visor. He'll have that later, but not right away. He's going to have a new supervillain mask type thing. Just so that way I can hide his identity better, because Death's identity is slightly different. It's not really the same person, but it's still generally the same basis. So this way I can hide his identity just a little bit better, because Death is going to be in quite a bit of the scenes that are not what you would expect. So bear with me. All makes sense later. Jackhammer, the guy with the big sledgehammer. He has gotten a new design as well, simply because I did not actually like the orange design that I chose for the character originally, because it was too simple compared to everybody else. And that's kind of weird when you think about it. And another reason is color contrasting. So those of you who are, real, I say big brains, but that's not the case. For those of you who understand what I'm about to say, props go to you, because I don't even know what I'm about to say. But in a scene that has two different characters that have the same, two totally different outfits but have the same outfit color, and they switch, somehow they get intertwined with each other, and then they come back later, it's very hard, especially with as fast as sometimes they have to move, it's very hard and very easy to confuse which one's which. So to prevent that, Jackhammer has gotten a new gray design, and plus Jackhammer is actually supposed to be a really tough person, a really tough guy in Gravity Man, because his superpower is super strength. Not gonna lie, that's what his superpower is. And that orange design demasculates his power. So again, to fix that, I went ahead and just redesigned it with a gray, like an armored tank gray design or color scheme. It's still the same Moon Knight design, just because that's easy for me to do, or easier. And again, some people can chalk it up to be laziness, but it's also extremely time considerate, because like I said earlier, it took me 6 hours over 6 hours to get all of these characters done. So even though they're not quite finished yet. The designs are done, they just haven't been put on Lego characters or Lego pieces yet. But again, it's much easier to do it that way. So I personally think with this new this new design, that Jackhammer is going to be, you're going to take one look at that character and be like, I did not want to mess with that mother. You don't want to mess with him because he just looked intimidating. And honestly, the face and the hairpiece, mostly the face that I used, is what saved that character's intimidation, because he just has this expression like he wants to kill somebody, which is perfect because it's a General Zod face from the Man of Steel series, or Man of Steel sets. But that face is what saved Hammerhead, or Jackhammer. So, yeah, it's kind of sad when you think about it. But the orange definitely did not work for me, so I do think that the new design is much better. Gravity Man has gotten a new design. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like the Jango Fett design that I have now. Hold on, I need to sneeze. Never mind, I lost it. Anyway, so I do like the Jango Fett Mandalorian style design that he has now. But there is one particular scene where he does need to be somewhat of a more generic looking feel. So it is just like everything else, it is just a palette swap of the Moon Knight design. That will all make sense once the actual movie comes out. Mostly because of plot purposes and storyline. So again, it'll all make sense when hopefully it'll all make sense when the movie actually comes out. So what else? There was another character they got a redesign. I'm pretty sure that's it though. And you got Ice Master, you got Gravity Man, and you got Jackhammer. Okay, so that's basically it. 4 Gravity Man characters have gotten new designs. Technically 3 because, you know, Ice Master is still a new character. And Ice Master will most likely not appear in the first film. Simply because of plot purposes. Gravity Man has too many villains already. And they're all going to be taken out relatively fast. Not dead, but you know what I mean. They're going to be kind of pushovers. Death, on the other hand, is the main villain. And I've seen enough movies, I've directed enough movies to know that your main villain has to be the main focus point for the hero. Because if you have too many villains, it can get out of hand really, really fast. Avengers Infinity War is not really a perfect example of that, but Thanos was the main villain of that movie, but his entire army was still side characters that were perfect for the other characters to go up against. But in the end, it was still him who was the main villain, and that was what made that movie successful. Avengers Endgame is the same way. Thanos was still the main villain, for the most part, but all the other side characters that were a part of it made, you know, that much more powerful. Gravity Man is the same way. Death is still the main character, the main villain, but without those side characters to help him, it wouldn't be much of a movie. Even though Death could easily kill Gravity Man if he wanted to, or if he really put his mind to it, he could easily kill him in like 5 minutes. But that's how deadly he is. That's just because that's how badass that character is, or hopefully that's how badass that character will be. Ignore everything that you guys saw in Target Deadpool on the Death character. That is not his personality whatsoever. That was literally meant as a joke. So, also, I think I said this earlier, but Death now has a new, like I said, he's got a new mask, so that way I can hide his identity better. Most of the other characters may end up getting something like that, but I don't want to I don't need to be spending time trying to get every single character to have a new mask, because they're just going to get ripped off anyway. And half the time they don't need one. I'm not saying that the characters are ugly, but Inferno, if he gets pissed off enough, his entire head comes on fire, and he basically looks like Ghost Rider. It's not ripping off Ghost Rider, it's just to show that he's at his full power, or he's using the maximum of his power, or he's at the top of his game, or whatever. He's using the extent of his abilities. That's what I'm trying to say. Right. Zax is the same way. Or I'm just going to start calling him Shocker or Shock because it's much easier, and I realize it's ripping off the Shocker name from Marvel, but Electro's not really his personality, so Shock is much better. So Shock, when he throws his lightning bolt or throws his electricity, his head turns blue. If he's at his full turn, if he's using all of his energy with his powers. So in that scenario, it does work better. When Slime Ball, when he uses his powers, his whole head is slime because his entire body is slime. So, and I did get I did get somebody message me on Hangouts to make the original shithead character villain. That was literally done as a joke, so don't expect shithead to come back anytime soon. Because that was literally done as a joke and everybody took it seriously. So, yay. Jackhammer is the only exception with no mask because he doesn't exactly have superpowers, he just has super strength, which technically is the power, but I mean, come on, look at Captain America. He's got super strength, super speed, and super agility. That does not really count as a superpower, that just means he has enhanced reflexes. I don't want to get really technical with it. Anyway, that's basically it. So, yeah. I will do a video about this tomorrow, showing you guys the new designs. Again, hopefully you guys understand why I gave these characters the new designs. And hopefully you guys like them, because I'm screwed if you guys don't. But, so again, just know that the characters that did get redesigned were done for a reason. So it's not just because I was bored and felt like, changing it just because I felt like it. There's a really good reason on why they were changed. Most of it is the plot purposes and editing shit. So trust me, again, it will all make sense when the actual movie comes out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all next time on Ultimate Deadpool. Peace out. You guys are awesome. I will see you guys all later. Bye.